Welcome to today's stream. We will be playing through Genshin Impact 4.7. It has been it's been a while since there's been a Genshin Archon patch. Now we still have some story quests to go through, right? We still have the electrical mother, as well as the electrical boy. We have they're both story quests, but we're not doing that today. We're doing the 4.7 stuff today. Let me pull over to the game. I clicked on the wrong screen here. Right, and also Genshin is not on screen. That was the one thing I forgot to do. Let me fix that. With my powers combined. There we go. Excellent. Love to see it. Love to see it. Okay. So we're just going to get through the 4.7. It's going to be a lot of fun because I have been eagerly awaiting another Dain left quest. And finally, Dain has come back. And luckily, I hardly remember what I saw in the trailer. So that is nice. There we go. Okay. Everything should be ready. I have my water. Everything is working fine. So let us... First, first I do actually want to try playing as, you know, I struggle with her name. Clorinde. Clorinde? We're gonna say, okay, Clorinde. So we're gonna say Clorinde, you know, she cleans the pools out in Fontaine, you know, so it kind of makes sense. So here we are, Clorinde, Candle Bearer, Shadow Hunter. Let's give her a shot. Let's see how she actually plays. Let's take a look at her animations. See if they're up to snuff for us. Okay, she enters a night visual state after using her elemental skill. Okay. Her normal attacks become electro damage, dealing pistolet shots. Okay. Hello, Hersher. Welcome to the stream. Okay, she has an electrical lunging attack. Her elemental model grants her a bond of life and deals AOL electro damage. Nevin says, dang, when'd you get a waifu model? You know, it was actually not too long ago. Not too long ago, you know, I figured, you know what, we have a multitude of different universes out there in the world. Why not we have a sexy waifu model? And that's what we're going with. That's what we're going with. Let's see here. Her elemental burst, yada yada yada. Okay, let's give her. Okay, all right. We'll investigate her outfit for later. But let's just kind of go into this. Here we go. Actually, no, hold on. Oh, sorry. Let's go basic attacks. Oh, ooh. There is a lot of purpose in the strikes here. Look at that. Look at that commanding pose too. Okay, this is holding. Ooh. Oh. Okay. So your standard basic attacks, right? Of just clicking in the stick is all her her rapier, right? And then if we press and hold, then she starts using her pistol for things. Okay. Nice. The way she spins it too. She spins it and then puts it in her pocket, dude. Love it. Her invisible holster, right? Okay. Jump. And any kind of cool. Okay, we don't have enough height. Okay. Nice. And her skill. Okay, so this is the pistolet shots that they mentioned. Wow. So when I saw her trailer and they're using the pistolet shots, they were doing it so they were just doing it like 3 shots at a time or something, so it looked like she had limited amounts. Like, this is kind of how they did it, right? In the actual trailer, they kind of did it like this. And it's like, oh, does she only have 3 shots? But no, it seems like she has an infinite amount of shots, but like a time limit. I'm gonna try that again. Yeah, it's a time limit. We're well over 10 right now shots. We're well over 10 shots, but I love that each shot is its own individual pose, just kind of showcasing how quick she is in combat. Oh, she's awesome. Okay. And obviously her design is absolutely gorgeous. Like, like, obviously her design is actually gorgeous here. Look at this. Yeah, I love it. This is great. I mean, look, we have the petticoat looking great. We have the whatever it's called. I forget what the outfit's called, but you know, it's a cool outfit. It's a great outfit. Hersher says that the Archon quest is kind of short, so are you going to do the Clorinde quest? So if it's like 2 hours, probably not, but it really just depends on how I feel. Nevin says you can have as many as 16 to 20 shots depending on the attack speed. That's incredible. All right, you know what? Let's try to break that record here. Okay. First, okay, that was like 16 or 17. I'm gonna try that again. I'm gonna count that again. I'm counting the flashes that are happening on screen. Hold on, that was 23. I don't think that was right. I think I miscounted. I'm counting again. Before we actually try her in combat. $24. Okay. So you can just spam it. You could just play it like a Mario Party game and just start spamming the button. That's so cool. Man, because like that is straight up the playstyle I usually play is just spamming buttons. So that's awesome. Okay, let's actually try her in combat and see what her ultimate is. That's so, I mean, it doesn't do like crazy damage, but it's still really fun to do. This is great. All right, we have an ultimate ready. Let's wait till we get a bunch of people here. Okay, there. Okay, so she does the thing in her trailer. That's sick. All right, let's get some more electrical powers over here. This is awesome. I freaking love this. And I assume that because of this, she's... I assume that because they're pairing her up with fire, I assume that's like probably her best chance of just overloading things so quickly. Look at that. And she has such a cool looking ultimate. Right here, look. It's just that I wish that she had... I wish they paired her up with someone who just constantly has some sort of fire buff with her. I'm gonna try it one more time and give this a shot. Okay. But she's fun. Okay. Mainly because I get to spam. I get to freaking spam. And that's just a lot of fun to spam. Okay, there we go. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, he's hitting me, he's hitting me. Oh, he broke me out of my groove. Okay. Let's get back into it. Okay, okay. Gotta catch everyone on fire first. Oh my god. She's dying, but you know, it's fine. We're all good, right? We're all good. Oh! Oh, I've been missing out a key part of her ability. Oh, wait a minute. I've been missing out on a key part of her ability. She has like a stinger ability. Whoa! Wow, okay. Huh. Toma has continuous fire buffs in his ult. Okay, so that's what, let's try that. Let's give that a shot. Oh, I see, yeah, and it's, if we get close enough, we get the overload. Oh yeah, even if we do the dagger ability, that's just even better. Okay. Yeah, that's way better. And like the stinger like melee ability is also just like time oriented. So you could just keep spamming that as well. Oh yeah, this is fantastic. Look at that. That was crazy. You can go Clorinde, Sarah, Toma, and maybe Kokomi. Yeah, you can press as much as you want. That's awesome. That is really cool. And I assume I assume it's like part of her talents to increase the length of this, of how long you can have it for. Oh, she scales on max HP. Interesting. Oh, and time limit doesn't change. Oh, so you get the maximum amount of time without even having to level up your talents. Oh, actually, let's check constellations. Oh, she just gets crazy more powerful. Okay. More of damage dealt, no time increases, but still you're getting some crazy damage buffs for all this. And the way you use her skill is skill, attack 3, skill, and repeat. Interesting. Okay. So you're saying skill 1, 2, 3, skill again 1, 2, 3, skill 1, 2, 3, skill 1, 2, 3, skill 1, 2, 3. Oh, I get, yeah, that makes sense. Kind of getting in as much attacks as you can while still trying to get whatever elemental synergy you have. That would make sense. Very cool, dude. I was not expecting this from her character. At least from the trailer, it seemed like she was pretty cool. But that dagger, I think that stinger ability, like this one here, I think really makes her just a ton of fun. Look at this. So I know someone, I don't know what I forget what the YouTube channel is, but every time someone with mobility is released in the game, they'll always do like, oh, who's the fastest person, right? I believe the most recent one was like, with Scaramouche and his flying ability. I'm really curious how much like, is this faster than a Yelan sprint or a Scaramouche run or a Sayu roll? Like, how useful is this in actual travel distance? You know? Very cool character, though. Let's jump out. All right, the other character I wanted to try out was Sethos. I think Sethos, I think, is the character that I really... Clorinde is faster than everyone, but Sayu goes farther. Okay. So Sayu's just consistent, so she just travels a lot farther distance. That would make sense. Okay, so the other character I wanted to try out is... Oh, not this. Sethos. So when I originally saw the Sethos trailer, I wasn't impressed too much by his skill set in his trailer, because they didn't showcase him very well. And I'm like hoping that it is different when I play him, because he looks like a really cool character, but it didn't impress me in his trailers. So I'm really hoping that he impresses me with his actual gameplay. So this is one of the characters that I was excited to try out the most. Okay, so he can use aim shots at charge level 2. Okay, we're charging. Okay. Shadow piercing shots that deal damage to all enemies along their trajectory. Okay. Charging speed will increase based on the current amount. Okay. And he has firing will consume elemental energy. His elemental skills damage to nearby enemies. He regains elemental energy if he's blah blah. Okay. All right, let's just play. Because I love his design here. I'm looking at his design first. I dig his design. You know, yeah, long lost cousin of Sino from that trailer, which I will be doing Sino's story part 2 story quest probably, if not a week after next. But yeah, looking great. I dig the Sumeru look. So here's his style. Here's right. It's kind of your standard bow animations. Here's his charge. Okay, 1, 2. It's level 2. So this one, what it's saying is that this one just goes through any enemy it passes. So it's like an AoE bow ability. That's actually kind of cool. But you have to, from this, it seems like you have to line it up pretty well in order to like really hit everyone, you know? And then let's see this ability. Okay, so this is like a quick dodge. Oh wait, what is this? Oh, I see, it's canceling, okay. So, interesting. Hold it for longer. Oh. Oh. Oh, okay, that's how they did it in the trailer. I see. That is a long time for charge. I mean, it must be worth it. You can even see that the crazy AoE in there. So charge 1. And this is considered charge 2, I would assume this is charge 2 then. Cool. And then this one is like a quick dodge, right? Quick dodge does electrical abilities. Oh, yeah, so level 2 is the piercing one, okay. Interesting though, they have this quick dodge here in the skill. Let me wait for it to cool down. So they have this quick dodge here, which stuns them. However, the interesting thing is that I think that skill would have been beneficial if you're charging. You can use the skill and then still maintain the charge. Because like if you're thinking about this in terms of like a fighting game or some sort of action game, this dodge should allow you to still continue charging. I think that's like the one downside I would have. But aside from that, I'm very curious to see how he plays. Here we go. So this one, oh, it did shock everyone, but this one here, we'll wait for it. Yeah, the weight though. Oh, but that does a lot. Okay, that did actually a lot of damage. Yeah, that is okay. That's actually pretty broken. Well, not really broken, but that actually does a really good amount of damage. So the weight is worth it, it seems like. Yeah. And the elemental skill generates you a lot of elemental energy. Oh. Yeah. I see what you mean. Oh, and okay, hold on. All right, I'm starting to understand this now. Because the ultra charge attack charges faster with the more elemental energy I have, but it also uses my elemental energy. So that's why it's kind of powerful, because it's using my ultimate's energy. Interesting. Okay, that's actually a really cool mechanic. This is why I'm glad I tried him out, because in his trailer, none of this was kind of explained, obviously, because it wasn't a collected miscellany. But like, this makes perfect sense. Like, he is way better than I ever thought he would. That's cool. I'm really happy, especially for such a more unique mechanic in the game of sharing. Okay, I do want to see his ultimate though, so let's maybe not use his charge ability for now. Yeah, he's the first character that consumes elemental energy that's not an elemental burst. Honestly, that... I hope this is a trend, because it is kind of cool. Oh, here we go, here we go. Oh, okay, so all of my... Okay, I just turn... Oh, he died. So his ultimate, he just turns everything into... elemental damage. Okay. I actually really enjoy this character. This character is actually really fun. Okay. Let's try this. Let's try this again. And let me. I still have not fixed the tracking on my right arm, chat. I apologize. We're still gonna have arm going. We're still gonna have clipping. Are you gonna pull for Sethos? Most likely, just because I think I'm gonna pull for Farina. Right? Farina's the second person on this banner. Oh wait, he's still dead. Okay. Let's get out of here then. Right? Because I believe Farina's... Oh no, never mind. I think Farina's the next... The banner after this, right? If Sethos is still on that banner, I probably will. But I already have Alhaitham, and I don't use Alhaitham at all, so... I think it's not going to be worth it for me to pull on either of these banners. He won't be on that banner, and then I guess I won't be pulling for Sethos. Oh, you know what? Never mind. It's Rosaria. Rosaria is on the Farina banner, and I don't have Rosaria. And I would love my Goth Nun. So, but yeah, cool characters. I do cool characters. I do want to actually try Sethos just one more time. Because just when we got his ultimate, he died, but it seems like he converted everything into electro damage, and his speed improved way more. So he does generate elemental energy pretty quickly too. Is the consensus for Sethos that it's just not worth using your ultimate? Or his burst, I should say. I mean, he's so much quicker, though. Yeah, he's so much quicker. Whoa, what is this? Some crazy instant. Wait, that was some instant charges. Wait, what just happened there? Is it because of the ultimate as well? Or is it just because he's generating... He still generates elemental energy even in his ultimate? That was so weird. Hold on a second. Hold on. I need it. I'm gonna try this again. Oh, I keep using the charge ability. Okay. Yeah, he's still generating energy even in this mood. Interesting. Yeah, this is cool. Oh man, what a... Okay. I'm so grateful. Because I was so disappointed in his character demo. Because it was like... They really weren't showing him off very well. I was like, he just looks like a standard 4-star character, like or like a standard like bow character. He doesn't have any like interesting, unique skills or animations. But no. In actually playing him, and you're actually seeing the HUD and seeing that he is being, all of his energy and power is based off his elemental energy. That is where he truly shines. So I absolutely love it. I'm glad I was wrong during the demo trailer, because this is what I wanted. I was like, come on. I was hoping for him to be a good character, and at least so far he's a really fun character. Nevin says it's best you get to his burst, especially if you're using him for aggravate. Oh, okay, because he's so... Okay, cool. That's good to know. All right, great. Cool patch. Good 2 verse characters. Excellent. Okay. Let's wait for it to load, and then we actually could begin the actual story quest. Here we go. Here we go. Let me move some things. Give me a moment. Shut. Oh, you know what? Let me make some adjustments in the settings here. Okay, and we do another reset. Here we go. Okay. Change this here. Log in. Yeah. Let me check my daily quests. Okay. Still nothing. I'm still waiting for like 4 daily quests from Inazuma. Let's see. All right, well, we might as well just do an expedition though. I still need my Oh Great Archon achievement. I still need my the gourmet. It's funny, as soon as I unlock, oops, I messed up. Okay. We'll do it over again. Sure. I don't have many characters who do reward stuff, so a lot of them is just like time consumption. Might as well get Mora. Sure. Okay. And then just so we don't max out on resins, let's just do one of those for now. Okay. Let's actually do on to the story. Here we go. We're starting the bedtime story, chapter 4, act 4. You arrive at the Adventurers Guild in Sumeru. Catherine seems to have a very tricky commission in your docket. Let's go ahead and navigate over there. Let's actually give this one a shot. Bum 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 bum. Oh. Don't mind if I do. Hello there, Catherine. Oh, no voice. Okay. Oh, it's perfect. It's you two. I have a commission here that is your name's written all over it. In fact, I'd even go as far as to say you're the only ones for the job. The only ones? Oh, the only ones for the job. If it's our help, it's really that important. I probably should, some Archon class, commission, right? I've never heard of that classification before, Paimon. But, sure, we'll be happy to take this on. Which Archon do you need us to deal with today? Oh, pff, come on. The Adventurers Guild doesn't employ that kind of classification system. In fact, this commission is also probably not as nearly intimidating as what you're expecting. All it asks us to do is to find a missing person. But wait, and why'd you say that it was only us for the job? Well, I came across this commission while reviewing our backlog not too long ago. It seems simple, but our records indicate that over a dozen successful efforts to complete it have all ended in failure, despite attempts by several accomplished and renowned adventurers. With the reputation of the Adventurers Guild and the performance of the Sumeru branch at stake, it is in our best interest to assign this commission to an adventurer with the highest completion rate over the past few years. Well, that does sound like us for sure. Flattery, Paimon, will get you everywhere. Well, I'm glad I'm asking you to give it your best shot. Gambate! If it proves to be beyond your capabilities as well, I'll talk to the commissioner about canceling the commission. Okay, so, who are we looking for? And what about this commission that made it so hard to complete? Oh, this commission was jointly issued by the residents of Amara Village. They say one of their own villagers have gone missing. Again? We just did. I mean, we didn't just do, but we completed the R&R quest. Are they going missing again? But the problem is, they don't know the missing person's name. They can only provide information about his general appearance. Oh, wait, they're all from the same village? But they don't even know their name? If so many adventurers have failed to complete this commission, maybe this missing villager doesn't exist at all. Could it be some sort of a prank or something? Unlikely. Several villagers came to issue the commission. Judging by their appearance and the tone of voice, they seem incredibly sincere. It certainly didn't seem like a joke to them. Besides, putting a commission right requires a processing fee. There aren't many upsides to a prank that costs more to carry out. True, that is a little strange. In any case, it would probably be best to go to Vimara village and ask around first. The Adventurer Guild does have some information on hand, but I would say that anything you can learn directly from the villagers would be far more reliable. The best way to avoid misdirection is to go to the source. Alright, let's go. Paimon's starting to get real curious about this whole thing. Bedtime story, okay. Interesting. Right? I'm not crazy. Yeah, this is okay. This is definitely Rana's village. This is definitely where all the kids were going missing. So we're having another mysterious incident here. Made to Vimara village. Let's go ahead and talk to the villagers about what's going on. Hello there, you're looking to buy something? I do business in the area. No. We're adventurers. Catherine sent us here on a commission here in the Vimara village. Ah, so you're here about that then. You're not the first one, that's for sure. We've certainly made a lot of trouble for you. To be honest, we're holding out hope. Many adventurers have made their way out here, confident that they'll be able to help us, only to leave soon after with nothing for showing for their efforts. We're pretty much headed up to here in questions, and the area around the village has practically been overturned in search for clues, but no one has been able to find anything. So this person we're looking for, what's his name? Where do he live? Does he even have any relatives? I mean, I don't know. Who would have guessed? I don't know. Wait, okay, guess you're really sick of answering questions. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sound short with you. I was actually just giving you my answer to the questions. So those 3 questions are a no-go. Is there anything else you can tell us? Well, I know it may seem like we don't have anything to offer by the way of the information, but promise you will have a very strong impression of him. When you live in the same village as someone, you develop a lot of memories together, you know? We don't know specifics. Maybe we did at some point. Okay. I'm gonna say this. I hope it's not our brother. Because we've completed the R&R quest okay. Like, if you want to look at... We completed the R&R quest, like, a little bit before Fontaine, but if you look at when the patches were released, the R&R quest should have been finished by 3.1, I believe. 3.1, I believe, is the finale of the R&R quest, or maybe 3.2. So the fact that, like, now these villagers are starting to go like, oh wait, we did have a missing person happen here. We just don't remember their names. Because, if I'm not mistaken, that was the same thing with the R&R story quest. Like, people would go missing and then they wouldn't remember things about them. Well, no, because they remember that the children gone missing, though. Ah, that's tough. I just hope they're not referring to our brother, because... you guys should have said this months ago. But I guess maybe that's why Catherine's like, yeah, we tried sending out adventurers, and they just couldn't succeed. And so eventually, we came to you. Anyways, okay, at least that's what everyone in the village seems to think. We all exchange what we know, and that was the only conclusion. Alright, aside from specifics, then what kind of person was he? A young guy in his early 20s. Incredibly kind of sort of person, always willing to lend a helping hand. I chat with him when I didn't have any customers. I even saw him stick out his neck for others on more than one occasion. Very interesting guy. Now you're starting talking about him. You don't seem nearly as down in the dumps as you did before. Seems like he left a pretty good impression. Yeah, that's what we've been saying the entire time. But of course, everyone in the village is pretty fond of him. We wouldn't have the issue with that commission otherwise. There aren't many young people around here nowadays like him, so genuine and pure. To think that he was just up and disappeared one day. I just hope nothing bad happened. Could he have just moved away without telling anyone? No, he's not that type to leave without saying goodbye. But anyways, moving away without being seen by a single person in the village, there's no way he would have been able to manage that. Okay, alright, well, I guess thanks for the information. We're gonna go ask around more, and hopefully you guys don't all answer the same way. Alright, let's go talk to the mayor. Hey, where is the mayor? Okay. Mr. Mayor, come on, you gotta remember now. Oh, it's you. Thank you for saving Rana, but I'm not gonna mention that. Is that a guest I hear? Oh, there we go. Okay, excellent. We're actually remembering the characters. This is good news. Hi, Grandpa. Ahmed. Ahmed? We're just gonna say Ahmed, okay? Hello, Ahmed. We're here to help you look for the guy that's gone missing. Oh, so that's what brings you here to these parts. Coming all this way for our sake. That's so kind of you. With your help, I can trust that the young man's case is in good hands. Could you tell us a little bit more about him? Oh, of course. I'm happy to help in any way I can. With my failing eyesight, I'm afraid I can't offer much about his appearance, but I do remember hearing the sound of his voice. It's nice and subtle. Oh, it makes me... not recently, of course. That loss has left me feeling quite empty. I don't think his parents are still living in the village, but somehow he never seems to be lonely. In fact, he usually... he's one offering companionship to others, if you know what I mean. Anyways, he would often take his time to visit the elderly or play with the little orphans over there in the village. And whenever someone had something on their mind, he was there to listen with an open ears. He always knew what you had to say. As the villager chief, I owe him many thanks. Helping villagers navigate such difficult moments in their lives should have been one of my responsibilities, but he was so often the one rising to the occasion. Well, he seemed like a nice and gentle person. No wonder his appearance affected you all so much. But, you wouldn't happen to know any details about his name, address, family, or situation, right? I'm ashamed to admit it, but I can't remember. No matter how you look at it, I should know that those things, for some reason, no matter how hard I try to remember, the information just doesn't come. Perhaps my age really has caught up with me this time. Oh, it's okay. There's no need to force yourself into trying to remember. We'll figure something out. Also, chat, I just remembered I disabled voices, which is why no one is speaking. I was like, why isn't no one speaking in this Archon quest? And it's because I had voices disabled. Because oftentimes I keep Genshin on idle, and the characters keep yapping. And I'm like, I can't have you guys yapping. I just want to hear the music and leave game on idle. So I disabled the voices. So I had to re-enable them. Well, what do you think, traveler? There's a lot of things aren't adding up. Immersal tree, maybe? I'm not quite sure, but I don't think so, too. Like the name. It's so weird that no one can remember his name. They think he's so wonderful, but they can't even remember his name. And no one will tell us anything about him, or his family, or where he lived. It's like this guy's been erased from reality or something. Like, he came to the Immersal tree and was like, erase my name. Like, what the hell is up with that? Is that why we don't consider him a descender? Is because he erased his name from the Immersal tree? Paimon, you might be onto something. I would say it's more like he's someone who only exists in people's... Oh. Oh. Huh. I never even thought about that. Oh, oh my god. It is the R&R stuff. Because the kids could only see Aranaras when they were younger, but as they grew older, they could no longer see the Aranaras. And because your brother was the prince, he was with the Aranaras way back when, everyone who was older have like faint memories maybe of him, but they've only were with him when he was with the Aranaras. And so because he disappeared, much like the Aranaras, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why he only exists in memories. Wait, you're saying that it's not that he's been erased necessarily, but more like he's never existed to begin with. Okay, Paimon. Need some time to process that one. Someone who only exists in people's memories. Could it be what happened to Grey Lord Rukkhadevata? Possibly, as well. Like some sort of mass. See, this is the interesting thing that, like, because we know this is a quest with your sibling, it's like, okay, this might be the sibling, right? Whereas I feel like there won't be a mystery like this if I had no idea that our sibling was in the 4.7 stuff. But that's hard to avoid. I don't know how anyone could avoid that without just even loading up the game, you'll see 4.7. It'll show your brother and you. Yeah, I guess there's not really a way to avoid like coming to this conclusion. You two are adventurers who just arrived here. You're here for the Vimara Village Commission. Yeah. Yep, sure are. We're just looking into the case. Okay. Well, I'm so glad. I'm really glad. I've been so worried about the adventurers who might cancel our commission. My name is Atos, by the way. I grew up here in Vimara Village. Anyways, I just wanted to say, please keep searching for our missing villager. I'm begging you. You need to find him. Hey, we'll certainly try our best. Yeah, there's no need to worry. We'll give it our best shot. So, were you close to the missing villager, or are there any leads that you can, give us? I'm not sure this counts as a lead, but follow me. There's a place I'd like to show you. All right, let's go ahead and enable voices. Paimon coming in. All right, and then I'm gonna go close my Windows chat 1 second because it's toasty in here. It is toasty. We're good. Okay, I'm gonna grab a drink of water now that we don't have to talk too much. Okay, here we go. Oh, wrong way. You want me to go up? What? Let's go up this way.
I'll catch up.
Yeah, might as well collect some fruits too while we're here.
Is this the place? Under this tree?
Yep. I know it doesn't look like much, but this place is very meaningful to me. It's so full of memories. We used to always sit together under this tree and talk.
Oh.
Sometimes we would look up at the clouds in the sky or stop to feel the wind against our skin. We could sit there for hours at a time, never realizing how long it had been. I was actually adopted by the people of Vimara Village. The forest rangers found me in the woods as a child. I was surrounded by such good people, and growing up in the village was so lively. Still, there were times when I couldn't help but feel incredibly alone.
Alone?
How should I put it? When something's bothering you, or when you have good news to share, you always want to talk about it with somebody. But for the longest time, I didn't know who I could talk to, or if I should say anything at all. Everyone has their own problems to deal with. Even if I might want to confide in others, I don't want to become a burden.
She just like me for real. Yeah, you know what? That's what family's for.
Really? You know exactly how I feel?
Yeah, I used to have someone like that, a family member that I could talk to no matter what. But now I have a lot of friends who understand me and would be happy to hear me out. Except Paimon.
Wow, that sounds really nice. You're quite lucky. When it comes to our missing villager, well, I guess you could say that to me. He felt like both a family member I could rely on and a friend who
Wait, is that supposed to be him?
No matter what came my way,
So that was them as children?
to him. He was so thoughtful and pure, and patient, too. Whenever I talked to him, he would always seem so interested, as if the things I was describing were just as important to him as they were to me. Ever since he disappeared, there's been so much I wanted to tell him. No, none of those things matters now. I just really want to see him again.
Wow. You two must have been really close. Did he ever tell
Okay,
you
that
anything
doesn't seem
about
like our
himself?
brother.
He mostly just talked about interesting things he saw around the village. He'd share a lot of his own wild ideas as well. Oh, right! I did ask him about his parents once. But all he said was, they're not here anymore.
Who could this be?
I didn't know whether that meant they had left the village or passed away, and I didn't want to pry.
Still not much to go off of.
Look at me. Talking your ear off and still nothing to show for it.
Hey.
I'm sorry I wasn't more help.
Look, don't say that. You helped us a lot in understanding him better.
The last time I talked this much in one go was when we were still together.
Aww.
Oh, come to think of it, every time we talked, it always seemed to be around dusk, just like right now. Time always passed by really slowly. Even when it felt like we'd been talking for hours, the sun would still be at the same position in the sky.
Well, time always seems to pass slower when you're relaxed, right?
True.
What's wrong, Traveler?
It was always the same time of day, and time never seemed to pass. Based on what we've learned, this is definitely not a regular missing person mission. But a Tusk just told us about the time could be the key to unraveling this whole mystery. What are you saying? Why are you calling me those names?
Look at those hilly trails over there. Doesn't it seem like they're acting a little strange?
There's boxing, yo. Yes, my minions. Fight, fight.
The Abyss Order. Could they be the ones behind all of this?
Oh. Oh, wait, no, he got closer. Oh, boy. Hands up.
We've been spotted! Quick, get ready to fight!
Fight.
Shower me with praise!
Yeah, shower me with praise, buddy.
Stone unturned. There is no escape.
Oh my god, there's more. There's more, you dweebs.
Let the world come alive! As a good knight should.
Fall to your doom. Okay, oof. Close one.
Thank you so much. I wasn't expecting monsters to show up. If you hadn't been here, I'm not sure what I would have done.
It was no trouble.
The question we should be asking is, what is the Abyss Order doing around here?
Now that I think about it, the hilly trolls around Vilmara village have been a lot more active lately.
Sure, we're taking
They
over.
seem agitated and would often attack anything in sight. Chief Amadea doesn't allow the children to play in the area around the village anymore.
Okay.
Maybe the Abyss Order really is involved. Well, we should head back and check out the situation in Vimara village just in case. If the Abyss Order is plotting something that could spell trouble for the villagers.
I agree. Wait, there's something I need to get.
Second,
It's...
the person.
Let's go! Yes! Look at this handsome man. Oh, he just destroyed. Hi.
Ah, it's you two.
Yes, it's me too.
A friend of yours?
Actually, can I really just... Okay, look. I'm sorry, guys. I just gotta go. Oh, wait, I'm sitting down. I forgot. I'm sitting down, but you know, I'm gonna sit down over here. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna sit down all the way over here. Don't mind me. Just gonna sit down right over here. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and unlock this. So just don't mind me. Just gonna unlock it right now. Okay, I can't unlock it. Unfortunately, chat, this is still locked. I don't know how to unlock it. All right, I'm just gonna come back then. I don't know. All right, what's up, Dane's left? What's up?
Well, I'll leave you all to it then. I should head
Right.
back to the village and check up on Chief Amadea and the
Well,
others anyway.
have a safe trip back then.
See you later.
Yep.
Yeah, see you later.
Tosa. Why do you always have to pop up out of nowhere like that? Is it your life's mission to jump scare us or something?
It's hardly personal, or intentional for that matter. As long as you and I are both in pursuit of the Abyss Order, we're bound to cross paths.
Ah, so you're here to investigate the Abyss Order then. That would explain the monsters you were fighting just now.
That you just deleted.
Naturally. Hold on. Are you not here for the same purpose?
Look, we're also on their tail, but I'll admit we ran into them on accident.
No matter. It may have taken you a while to catch on, but I'm sure you've also realized by now that there's something strange about this place.
Well, yeah,
Abyss
Vimara
Order is
Village has
most
been very
certainly
strange.
planning something in this area. Or worse, their plan could already be in motion.
Uh-oh.
So you think the Abyss Order is behind the Hilly Trail activity in the area?
As things stand, I highly doubt that is their primary motive. I would imagine the increased hilichurl activity is merely a byproduct of whatever it is they're really trying to accomplish.
Still, the Hilly Trail activity is causing a lot of problems for the people here. We should stick around for a while and protect the village, don't you think?
The best way to protect them is by figuring out what the Abyss Order is truly planning. That is how we prevent further tragedy.
Well, okay. Well, let's see what more we can learn about the villagers, and after that, you owe us many questions. We have so much lore! Brother, you have no idea. Okay, the last time we seen you, we have learned about the Descenders. We met the Sovereign, the Hydro Sovereign himself. We just saw... I'm sorry. We saw Fossilor, how do we say it YouTube appropriate? She did something that was against YouTube TOS? There's so much we need to tell you about what the hell just happened these past few months. So yes,
And
answer
you
many of
shall
our
have
questions.
them. I never intended to hide anything from you.
Well, we have...
Don't worry. There should be ample time to talk.
You're going to say that, and then you're going to disappear by the time we even talk to you on the quest. But we return back to the Vimara village anyways.
Ah. So that was the commission that brought you here to Vimara village.
Yes.
Someone who seems to only exist in people's memories. That is indeed quite intriguing.
It is.
I would agree that it's unlikely you have a simple missing persons case on your hands.
I agree.
However, any possible connection to the Abyss Order is still unclear. It appears all we have by way of clues is increased hilichurl activity, and that is certainly not much to go off of.
Well then.
Right! That mysterious voice she heard in her brother's memory. The one who called himself a sinner. Who is he?
Oh my god. We have so much. I forgot we didn't even ask him that question. Oh my god. Hold on. I'm pulling out my notes. Let's, we finally need to start taking notes here. Okay. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. Why is my notebook not working? Ridiculous. Interesting. I would have pulled out my notes a lot sooner, but for some reason I'm having issues. So I'm gonna use a note. I'm gonna use a different notebook, notepad. You know. Here we go. Open up a text document. How is this even possible? What happened? Here, I'll just type in notepad. how is this a struggle to open up a notepad? Okay. All right, continue.
Traveler, let me ask you this. Do you believe your sibling to have betrayed you?
Interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna put great sinner. Dain's left. Dain ignores question and asks if my brother betrayed me. Okay, well, this is a great start. I still have faith in him.
I sense hesitation in your words.
You did
After
actually.
all, you still haven't figured out the whole truth of what happened. There's still hope for the two of you to reconcile. Irreparable damage has not yet been done. The sinner
That's
you
good.
wish to know about, his situation is different. He and his fellow sinners have long betrayed me, and long betrayed their nation.
Okay.
His name is Vedrfolnir, the Visionary.
Oh. Okay. All right. Okay. Great sinner. His name is Vedrfolnir. Okay, that's a word. Okay. The Visionary. I assume the Visionary is a double entendre, meaning that they are also referring to maybe the vision.
I'm loath to admit it, but he is also my kin, my older brother.
Oh, we're having sibling stories.
Brother?
Oh my god, there's so much to write down here. Okay, Dain's older brother. Oh, damn, okay. Now it makes even more sense why Dain so desperately is trying to help us as well. He's like, look, I've had a bad relationship with my sibling. I don't want the same to happen to you, kind of situation. What really happened
There
in
were 5
Canria?
of them, the 5 sinners of Canria. The wise Roptatir, the visionary Vedrfolnir, Gold,
Oh.
Daughter, the foul Sertologi,
Oh, wait a minute.
and Rehir of Solnari, Rerir.
So we kind of already knew that Gold was, you know, I think it was safe to assume that Gold was was a sinner. Onrian. Okay. So wait a minute. Hold on. We have this puts a lot of things in an interesting perspective here. And so the reason why is that from my understanding, right, Celestia destroyed Conria because they sinned. And most likely it is because of these 5 people, Celestia decided to wipe out an entire civilization. And my feeling was always that, like, Celestia obviously took it too far. But at the same time, I felt like maybe the sin wasn't bad. You know, maybe it was bad in terms of... maybe it was bad in terms of the way Celestia thought, but in terms of, like, way normal humans think and feel, it was not. But now that, like... even Dain was like, yo, these were the sinners. My brother is like a bad person. I don't want this to happen to your brother. Now I'm like, okay, I guess maybe Celestia was right in terms of like, these 5 people were bad for the future of Tevat. But obviously wiping out an entire civilization is still not okay, Celestia. But now it's a little bit more complicated with this now. Okay.
No matter how eroded my memory may become, I will never forget their names. One day, I shall have my vengeance.
Ooh.
Wait, some of those names sound really familiar. Daughter is the one.
Right, that's it. Okay.
Sertologi is
Thank you.
Skirk's master.
Yep. I was like, wait a minute. I remember Serta, but yes, it's Skirk's master. Yes, I'm gonna write that down because I was like, that name sounds so familiar. But then I was also thinking of like the Persona Persona, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'm just thinking of Persona and not Genshin, but no, it was
I just
Genshin.
learned about Dain's brother, Vedafulnir. If he was the voice of the sinner, then the one who inspired Clothar to create the Abyss Order was him.
So somehow everything is connected. If that's true, then the stone slates we found in the ruins of Fontaine, the ones that outline Fontaine's prophecy, I was most likely, the Florniers doing.
They were once
Interesting.
people of great esteem in Conria.
Okay,
Those who carried the hopes of the nation.
interesting.
They were the best of their peers, outstanding in their respective fields. 6 of us, together. We should have been the ones to prevent the disaster. The ones to stop the Vinster King from continuing to rock the foundation of the world.
The Vinsnir King. What the? Oh my God! This is what I've been wanting. Oh my goodness.
Yet, deep within, the 5 of them craved something more. They could not resist the call of the Abyss, and divided among themselves a power that could destroy the world. So they became sinners, but also transcendent beings, each in possession of world-shattering power.
Oh.
And when the cataclysm occurred, not one of them stood up in defense of their nation. Not one came forward to prevent the tragedy. And for that, they shall never have my forgiveness.
Oh, this is even more complicated. So let's say in the event that Celestia destroyed Conria because of these 5 sinners, the 5 sinners also decided not to save Conria. Okay. So, all right. So I can still hate on Celestia while also hating on the 5 sinners. But then here we go. Here's another thing, right? Isn't Rhine-Daughter also a part of the Hexen Circle as well? She's got her hands all up in every business. Okay. Okay. And when the cataclysm occurred, not one stood there. My sibling came in contact with your brother then.
Indeed. If they are not stopped, the day is sure to come when they will also betray the entire world.
But is that the same betrayal that, the Saritsa's doing? What's going on here? How many betrayals are we going to have on this world, huh? Hey, it must be hard for you to talk about this, so hey. Thank you, Dain. You're the best.
Of course. As I said, I never intended to hide anything from
It was just over a year since you told
So,
us this.
Dain, what have you been
I'm not
looking
keeping
into
track.
all this time?
I've continued to investigate the questions surrounding the Loom of Fate. It's been quite some time since the initial operation was launched.
Right.
By retrieving the eye of the first field tiller, we were able to stop part of their plan from coming to fruition.
Oh, Paimon remembers! Weren't they going to use it to corrupt Osial and make a god or something?
Indeed. However, it's obvious that was just some sort of technical experiment.
Okay.
The eye was integral to their plan, yet somehow, despite failing to obtain it, they've skipped the experimental phase and found some other way to keep moving forward.
That's maybe not
There
great.
are many signs pointing to that effect.
Then what should we do? It's not too late, is it?
Our most pressing concern is to determine the purpose of the Loom of Fate. From there, we'll be able to deduce the Abyss Order's true objective. Based on the intel I've gathered so far, I suspect the Loom of Fate is related to the ley lines in some way.
That's a good
The
assumption.
lines?
Traveler, you were able to observe your siblings' memories
True.
last time, yes? I believe that was due to the fact that the ley lines in that area were unstable. My recent investigation has shown that Abyss Order activity in a particular area is usually followed by a series of issues with the ley lines.
And one of the things that flows through the ley lines are memories.
Wait, then our commission here in Vimara Village, the person who seems to exist only in people's memories, could it be connected?
Good call, good call. Memories, ley lines, Loom of Fate, the missing person that doesn't seem to exist. What is the connection between all of them?
It's certainly possible. I'll join your investigation tomorrow. This missing persons case could very well turn out to be the key to unraveling these mysteries.
Well, if we're teaming up with Dain again, we're gonna need all the energy we can get. Let's try investigating somewhere a little further away tomorrow.
Okay. Tick 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 tick. The intrigue is occurring, and I am enjoying this. I'm enjoying this so far.
So tired.
Paimon used way too much
Look, I love when Dain shows up. He drops all the crazy
Dain's
lore,
fault saying all
and
that
I'm always
complicated
grateful.
stuff.
My head's a mess.
Well, let's go find Dain. We've got a lot to do today.
Look at that, complete. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. Let's go speak more.
Someone needs assistance.
Good, Dain's still here. Ooh, excellent.
Dain? Hello, Dain? Why are you just zoning out over here?
He's like, I'm not a morning guy.
Did something happen?
Hey, what's wrong, buddy? You good?
The missing person from your commission. Could you describe them to me?
It's the problem. We can't really describe
Young
them.
guy? Early 20s? Seriously, Dain, what's going on?
There appear to be certain memories in my mind that weren't there before.
Oh.
Memories of him.
Maybe...
Whoa.
Maybe we just talked too much about him
That's
yesterday?
wild.
You had a weird dream or something?
So their dreams are being like implanted.
It wasn't a dream. They're memories. Memories that suddenly appeared in my mind after I woke up.
Were you also sitting with him underneath the tree
Certain I've
kissing?
never met this person before.
Well, what exactly do you
I
remember?
remember handing him the eye of the first field tiller.
Oh, what?
What? Okay, so this missing person definitely has something to do with the Abyss Order then.
How would they know that?
Indeed. And it appears he possesses the ability to
Whoa.
plant memories into the minds
Dude,
of
this is
others.
awesome.
Wait then. All
Gotta
the
get-
memories the villagers have of him, could they be fake too? Maybe they never knew him at all.
Yeah, I don't think they knew
Do
him.
something like that.
This is great. Pulling up. I gotta get it in the crowd
Whatever
power
Abyss
sound
Order is
effect.
Planning, an important truth has been revealed to us this morning.
What sort of truth?
That their goal is still to obtain the eye of the first field tiller. They haven't stopped searching for it. I am the only person who knows its location. Perhaps implanting that particular memory was an attempt to interfere with my mind in some way.
Okay, what if the memory is real?
Your concerns are not entirely unfounded. I don't believe the Abyss Order is capable of altering reality like that just yet. However, considering their single-minded pursuit of the Eye, I would say an equal level of caution is in order on our part. Come with me. We must check whether the Eye is still in our possession.
Wait, you're not... Okay.
Oh, so you're going to take us to where you hid it?
What if someone follows us if we go straight there? And someone is on your tail? Aren't we just exposing the location of the eye? Maybe that's the reason the Abyss Order implanted the memory in the first place, to force Dain to confirm the location. Given what I know of him, though, I'm sure Dain has already thought of that possibility, and it seems like he might have a plan. Lead the way.
Of course.
No, kid, this is dangerous, okay? We are about to be jumped by like 10,000 Abyss Order soldiers, okay? Dane's like, yeah, I just hit it underneath this bush right here. Hopefully no one spotted it.
So you hit it way out here? Not an easy place to discover, that's for sure. Well, let's go check to see if it's safe.
Traveler, wait.
Yes? You okay, buddy? You?
We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
Oh. That doesn't seem very, great.
Hey, wait up!
The place of revelations. Dain brings you to where he hid the eye before. As you continue onward, the answers will soon be revealed. But when you step within, there seems to be something strange going on with Dain. Uh-oh. We're going in. Enter the depths of the ruins. Memories that should not exist. He always manages to find some, like, rundown ruins. It's like, Dain, why don't you hide it somewhere, like, you know, less ancient-y, you know? I mean, you see we got books everywhere? What is this? A traveler's pocket watch? A lucky dog silver circlet? Man, what if all these are ancient ruins?
I see everything.
There we go, smack. Oh my god, there's more of you.
Illusion shattered.
Right that we saw so much.
It appears the mechanisms here have changed over time. You can access the upper floor through the side door. Perhaps you should try reactivating the mechanism over there.
I get sure.
Someone needs
Whatever you say,
assistance.
buddy. Oh, treasure, look at this. Don't mind if I do. Surprised you didn't even unlock this, Dain, you know?
I'll catch up.
You sure you've hit it here? It seems to be a lot of things wanting to kill us.
Strike a pop. Stop them. There is no escape. Steady as stone.
Looks like you're doing a lot of work for us, Dain, huh? Oh, there you go. Beep, 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 boop. Wait, I got that. Nice. Okay.
Make
Rotate.
sure all the runes are pointing in the direction indicated by the light. That should unlock the mechanism.
Ah, I see.
The door's open. Let's go. Our destination is just up ahead.
Oh, well, not just up ahead, you know, that's just death, but...
I'll catch up.
Okay. Any treasure behind here? Nope. This is like the least conspicuous place to hide a very precious object, Dain. Just wanted to say.
Looks like we can't go any further.
Be on your guard. I sense the presence of the abyss.
Alright, we're gonna fight him then. Bring it on.
It's the Abyss Order! They're here!
We got you.
This may hurt a little. The Temple of Wisdom. Time to shine.
Now you shall perish.
Now you shall perish.
Leave it all to me. Time to clean up.
Oh, your dumb ice shield. Get that dumb ice shield away.
I'll catch up.
No one wants your dumb ice shield, buddy.
Make yourselves a move. Let the world collide.
Every time. Look at this guy with his dumb ice shield.
Committed to memory.
There we go.
Just as I suspected. The false memories were a trap. The Abyss Order just wanted to follow us here. Now
And
that
Dain
they're in the
didn't...
vicinity, we should have a chance to see.
Dain? What's wrong?
Can you feel that?
No.
There's been a disturbance in the ley lines. It must be the work of the Abyss.
Uh-oh.
Wow, you must be really sensitive to that sort of thing. Violet doesn't feel it.
You're too sensitive, Dain.
You too. Do as I say. Use that mechanism over there and leave this place.
You sure you'll be on your own,
The
okay?
Abyss Order is putting something in motion. If you return to Vimara Village, I suspect you might finally have the opportunity to locate the missing villager.
Okay.
Just think of it as a way to divide and conquer.
I mean... Alright, we'll give that a shot. Dain does have a point. But something feels off, and what am I missing? He's possessed. He's possessed! Excellent. And now I have the eye. Oh. Oh. Who's approaching? Oh, Nichan? Or is it Dain's brother? Or is it missing villager? Who is it? It's our bro, big bro, with a golden sword!
I knew going along with your trap would be the only way to meet with you face to face.
Oh my god. I come to kill you, Dain.
You risked your safety, and that of the Eye. That's quite the gamble, Dainsleif. But I believe that I am the one walking into a trap laid by the Twilight Sword.
So you came here all on your own? What about those followers of yours?
When the Twilight Sword is prepared for battle, any army I could send would only be marching to their doom. Better that I face you alone.
Oh, damn.
I know you must have a lot to say. But if it's a conversation you want,
Oh!
you'll have to defeat me first.
Wait, are they gonna... Please let us play Dain. Please let us play Dain. Don't cut away! Don't cut away! Please, come on! Don't do the sauce game. Don't do it. Don't do it. Come on. They cut away. They freaking cut away. Oh, come on. Oh, they cut away from the coolest moment in the quest.
The Abyss Order's on the move. The ley lines are all out of whack.
Yes,
We better hurry back to Vimara Village.
Yes,
and see what's going on.
let's. Yeah, sure. Yes, let's go back to what we care about the most. The missing person and not
Hey, look
us,
at those
Dain,
hilly trails over
fighting
there.
our brother. Yeah, they seem really calm.
Weren't they acting super agitated just a little while ago?
They're taking a nap
Why are they
now.
so calm all of a sudden?
I don't know. I hear something, yeah. Certainly do. What are they saying?
In the new world, they bade farewell to the shrouded sun.
What? Oni-chan? Big bro?
At last, they no longer needed to dwell on their suffering, or try to differentiate between various thoughts of blasphemy. Such was the price they paid, and thus their souls became cleansed.
Are we
and
saying that they're
pure.
cleansed now? Are these silly trolls cleansed? They can live
Did
normal
you hear
lives?
that? What was that sound just now?
It was someone's voice.
It sounded so gentle. Could that voice be comforting the hilly trolls in some way? Oh, this is weird. Let's check if this is happening anywhere else.
Yeah, great Paimon. I'm very excited to go check out other things aside from our brother fighting Dain. The coolest moment in this quest.
Looks like the same thing is happening over here too.
Yeah.
The hilly trolls are calm.
You see, we're both still here. We've reclaimed an endless amount of time to love. Release your tears. You no longer need to hold back your sorrow.
Oh. It's the voice again. Hey, how's it going? Y'all doing well? Good? Chilling? Okay. I guess once this quest is over, we'll go back to fighting each other probably, right? Yeah, I'd assume so. It would be cool if at the end of this quest, this becomes permanent in Sumeru, where all the hilly trolls don't kill you. However, to support the people who are still grinding hilly trolls, the characters give their, like, the items that they'll usually drop to you, you know?
Over there. It looks like they're sleeping.
Yeah. True.
In the end, he whispered softly.
Softly. Shh. Okay.
Sleep well, Father. Sleep well, my beloved people. When you awake, that which differentiates us shall be no more.
It
Oh.
almost sounds like a poem or some kind of story. Well, now that the hilly trolls have calmed down, Vimara Village should be safe at least. Let's put this situation to the side for now. Dain said this might be our chance to find the missing villager, so we should head back to Vimara Village before it's too late.
I agree.
I'll catch up.
Let's go ahead and talk to Ahmad.
Someone needs assistance.
Hilly trolls not even saying a single thing. They're sleeping, they're relaxing, they're having a good time. They're chilling. But for how much longer? How much longer? All right, old man.
Catch up. Shower me with praise. Yep.
We got good news. We didn't do anything, but the attacking stopped.
The Abyss Order seems
So
to be up to something nearby.
The Abyss Order? This is the first
what do
time
you mean,
hearing
young
of it.
kid?
Thank you for your concern. But as far as I'm aware, it's been business as usual here in the village.
Well, that's
Nothing
good
worried to
hear.
hear.
Oh, also, you didn't happen to come across any clues about the missing villager while we were gone, did you?
Someone's gone missing, you say?
Ah.
Who would that be?
Huh?
They don't remember, huh?
Well, you know, the young guy from Vamara Village. The one you've been looking for all this time. You posted a commission with
So
the
why did it
Sierra
disappear all of a
Adventurers Guild.
sudden?
That's kind of the whole reason we're here, actually. Your missing persons commission.
Ah, I do apologize, you two. I hope I'm not worrying you too much. I'm sure it's just my age making me forgetful again. At least right now, I can't seem to recall whatever it is you're referring to.
Interesting.
Perhaps you should try...
Not as
asking
interesting
someone
as our
else.
brother fighting Dain right now!
All right.
Oh.
Thanks for your help, Grandpa Amadia.
The biggest block in Genshin history.
Something's definitely not right. We just talked to Grandpa Amadia about the missing villager. There's no way he could have forgotten all about him just like that. What do you think, Traveler? Could everyone's memories of the missing villager have been erased again?
We should check in with the others first.
You're right. We should narrow down the possibilities first.
I
Let's go
agree.
ask someone else then.
Currently just writing down some things here from notes. Okay, cool. All right, I guess we'll ask. Are we gonna ask Ala, probably?
Someone needs assistance.
Neva says something is definitely not right, like giving us a visual. Yeah, exactly. We need that visual. We need something happening. I don't know how.
Someone's gone missing? Who?
Oh, yeah, of course you don't remember either.
Just as
Yeah.
expected.
I actually just don't get how
that
the
guy
developers
said a
want
bunch
us
of
to
nice
like
things about
feel
earlier?
in this
The
moment.
one you always used to
We're
chat
like,
with.
we really want to see
He's
Dain
around 20
versus
years old, and
the
you said he was
sibling,
a
right?
kind, warm-hearted person?
Not, I don't really care about the missing person anymore.
I know who you're talking about.
Really? You remember?
There aren't many young people who've earned that kind of praise from me. If you're certain that's what I said, then there's only one person who fits the bill. No doubt about it. But why'd you say he's gone missing?
Have you seen him recently?
Yeah, I just saw him leave the village. There was someone else with him, too. They
Oh.
couldn't have gone far.
Oh, interesting.
Strange. Bayram seems to remember him. And apparently he just saw him? Do you think maybe it's not that there's something wrong with people's memories, but that we've somehow returned to a time before he went missing?
I just noticed this thing exists. What the hell is this thing? What is that? That little circle. One second, chat. Okay. What? It's part of my face tracking, but I've never, in like the hundreds of hours I've used this software, I have never seen it look like that. Okay, there, it's gone. Oh, it's, okay, I know what it is. Okay, well, it's gone now. All right, we're good. I need to think carefully about what is really going on here. There's something weird. People have forgotten about the missing person. We've returned to a point before the disappearance took place, or we are presently traversing someone's memories. Oh. Oh, interesting. I think people have forgotten about the missing person. Maybe it's like the fluctuations in the ley line stuff,
Just
right?
like what happened with Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, no one remembers him. Because there's been a change in people's memories.
Okay.
If we really did travel back to
I
a
don't think
time
we did.
before he disappeared, that could explain why the villagers said he hadn't gone missing.
I don't know, that seems weird. Let's not do that one, huh? Let's do this one, huh?
If this person only exists in people's memories, maybe we're in someone's memory right now.
Interesting. I want to submit this conclusion. No?
Baram still remembers him. He just forgot
So
about
are we in someone's memories?
Right! Paimon totally forgot about the ley line
Oh my goodness.
disturbances. We're in someone else's memory.
So the hilly
Just like how you
trolls,
entered
okay.
your sibling's memory last time. That
So
would
s-
also explain why we seem to be at a time before he went missing. It's a
It-
memory after all.
If we're really in someone's memories, then this is our chance to find him.
Right. If he's someone who only exists in people's memories, then we're finally on the same turf. But didn't Bayron just say that he saw him leave the village with someone? Where should we go look for him? Who knows how long this ley line disturbance is gonna last? We might not have that much time, and we don't even know whose memory this is.
Well, let's go through what we've known so far.
Idea.
Mhm.
That'll help us narrow things down.
I agree.
We pretty much figured out that the missing villager has the ability to...
Implant memories into the minds of others.
That! Could we try to figure out more about him using what we know of his ability?
What if we gain that
Like,
ability?
Does it maybe leave a trace that would
Hmm?
somehow give him away?
Implanting memories into the minds of others must be an imperfect process. There's no way the new memories could perfectly blend with the old ones. There has to be some kind of tell. Scenes from false memories will not change. Time does not pass within those false memories. False memories are easily forgotten. I mean, we definitely know that time doesn't pass.
Time was allowed to pass.
Because that's what the girl said to us.
There's a higher chance they might conflict with someone's original recollection. That would make it much harder to avoid system.
Okay.
All the memories seem to be set in or near Vimara village. But I'm still not sure if they're restricted
Well, it's probably
to this
just
location.
something with the ley lines, right?
There's a difference between memories that arise from lived experiences and those that are implanted into the mind. Perhaps it has something to do with time.
I'm gonna say time does not pass.
No wonder! All this time and the sky hasn't changed a bit!
I didn't really notice that.
Must mean time isn't passing!
It is dusk, though.
That's the tell of the fake memories! The implanted memories are basically taking place outside of the regular 24 hours of the day.
Uh-huh.
If the memories included the regular passage of time, it would be easy for people to tell that something was off. Like there could be overlap or something. People might start to wonder why they remember doing two different things at the same time of day. That's why he makes sure the memories take place at a specific moment in time rather than over a period of time.
If we consider this in conjunction with what we already know, then the question of those would be rather, whose memory is this? Is it really Dain's?
Dainsleif had memories implanted into his mind. Could it be that it's happened more than once?
So, Atos is the one person who's mentioned that she's always seen this guy at dusk. And it is currently dusk. That being said, it seems like maybe he's doing this for everyone.
The color of the sky
Yeah.
coincides with the moment in time she described.
But Dain was also having weird flashes and memory stuff, you know?
We thought Chief Amadea forgot about the missing villager. But it turns out, we're at a moment in time before the village issued the commission.
I mean, this is the closest one in terms of like the same colored sky. At the same time, I also think it might be Dain. I'm just gonna say Atos because it's the same colored sky.
Right! That's exactly what Atosa described!
Come to think of it, every time we talked, it always seemed to be around dusk, just like right now. Time always passed by really slowly. Even when it felt like we'd been talking for hours, the sun would still be at the same position in the sky.
Yep, that has to be it. This is definitely Atosa's
To the
memo.
tree!
Yeah, that's where they'll be.
All right. Time to go meet this dream lover.
Catch up.
Stop this relationship right now! Get away from that woman, you dream-sucking son of a bitch!
So, you see, Granny Jahiet was a mercenary when she was younger. She just talks like that out of habit. She's not trying to scare the children on purpose.
Jahiet. Wow.
Oh, there I go again. Always talking about my own things. Do you maybe have anything you want to share? It's okay if you don't. You could also just talk about what you think of me?
Oh, that's cute.
I think you're an incredibly strong and thoughtful young woman. You'll meet many amazing people and live a very happy life. You won't miss someone like me.
Well, don't sound that... Okay.
Huh?
Alright, we got an emo boy here.
Who's your friends over there?
Hey! We finally found him, but why does he look familiar?
Oh,
Does he?
right. This version of Atosa hasn't met us yet.
Have we met him before?
Friends? I guess you could say that. It must have taken them a lot of effort to find me.
Who has like dark hair like that?
So, I should see what they need. I'm sorry, Atosa. We'll have to continue this conversation another time.
Another time, huh?
I mean, he has the Conrian outfit. In terms of like actual
okay.
look, I don't
I'll head back to the village then.
remember.
Talk to you some other time.
You okay,
It's
buddy?
nice to see you, traveler.
Oh, you know
I
me.
believe this is the first time we've met.
What? Huh? Okay, you're. What? Wait a minute. Is this? What's his name? Starts with a C. Is this Kari Bear? Holy shit!
Born into abject sorrow, he shall now become.
This is Kari Bear. It's not Clothar, because Kari Bear had the tie. Had the tie. Holy shit! No, I don't care. Holy shit!
You're Kari Bear
No!
Alberic.
No! Oh my god!
You know me?
Oh my god!
That's quite the surprise. I don't believe I've met you before.
Oh my god! Oh my! Oh, hold on a second! Hold on a second! Hold on a second! Hold on a second! This is Kari Bear. Ooh, we're cooking Genshin. We are cooking. Oh my god.
Oh, I see. It was the memory, wasn't it? Your sibling's memory.
Okay.
You saw the me from back then. This is Atosa's memory. I came here to say goodbye to her,
Why?
but I suppose I'll just leave her a message instead. Come, let's find somewhere else to talk.
Whoa. Whoa. Huh? 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 Camera! Shit! Don't. Okay. I took this camera. I can't actually read that, but maybe if I want to do an investigation at some point, reading that or just look online, we can figure it out. Whoa. This is meant to be like Sumeru before it got built? This place is beautiful. Wow. Proof of existence. Kari Bear, you took me here? This would have been a great place to take a toss. Look at this place. Look how beautiful this looks. Oh, even the sound effects of us walking across the water. Wow. What is this place? Are you okay
I
also?
suppose you could call it the realm of my consciousness. I'm someone who no longer exists in the real world after all. As you well know.
You look quite exhausted.
It's nothing. I still have enough strength to play the part of a good host. I've always hoped that I'd get the chance to talk to you like this, and now, the time has finally arrived.
This is a rare opportunity for me as well. I should try to learn as much information from Caribear as I can. What happened to you?
Extreme sorrow and pain. Hope and regret coursing through your veins. And a degree of abyssal power that defies comprehension. Father told me that once I possessed all those elements, I would become the loom of fate. But despite his intentions for me, I never truly became the loom of fate. I was merely used as a means for its construction. In truth, I died the moment I set everything in motion. The person you see before you now is nothing but a remnant of consciousness left over within the loom of fate.
Wow. Caribear is dead. That's why he no longer exists outside of people's memories.
As for your question, the loom of fate is a device capable of weaving ley lines.
I mean, that makes sense, right? It's a loom. A loom is like an actual thing that you would use to make clothes, to weave together linen and fabrics and whatnot.
In its primitive form, it can only be used to create and implant memories. But as more of it is completed, its power becomes stronger and stronger, until finally, it has the power to weave real ley lines of its own. Once fully completed, the moment it gains the power to weave ley lines, it loses the lower level ability to influence memories. But it also becomes a tool that can change the entire world.
So that was the source of your abilities, to implant memories.
Yes. I have the ability to control the loom in its semi-completed form. I suppose you can think of it as a form of compensation.
Oh.
After all, its existence cost me my life.
Wow. So the memories that suddenly appeared in Dain's minds were implanted by Caribear through the half-finished Loom of Fate. That makes sense, but I'm still lost as to why he went so far as to introduce himself to all the residents in Vilmara. I mean, I assume it's because this is a way for Caribear to feel like a person. That's what I'm expecting. It's like nothing negative. It's just more of like he just wants to live out a life, you know, in some form. Why'd you implant the memories of yourself into the people of Vilmara?
That. I was wrong to implant those memories. I'm sorry I caused so much trouble. Not only for everyone in the village, but for you as well. I just wanted them to feel like I once existed in this world.
I just want to give Caribear a big old hug, man. It's okay, buddy.
I had a chance at life.
Yeah. Man. Once again, gotta prepare it. Clothar. God damn it. Does only existing in people's memories really count as living?
I know what you must be thinking.
But like he can't do anything else. So like this is what like the best of his abilities that he can do, because he no longer exists in the world and no one ever remembers him. So he's like, I want to feel like I was some sort of a person in the real world, you know?
Why would I do something so meaningless?
It's not meaningless, buddy. I understand.
But I just couldn't accept it. I had to know what it would be like if I had my own life. What kind of person I would be. What other people would think of me. Chief Amadea, Baram, Granny Jahiyat, Atosa.
Oh! Oh my god, my heart! Oh, my heart!
No cataclysm, no curse.
Where's the we got a picture thing taken, right? Wait, where's my capture thing? Oh my goodness. I don't have my capture button. 1 second, chat. I gotta take a picture of this. This is so cute. Capture. There we go. Gotta take the screenshot. Adorable.
I was curious, so I selfishly tried to have my own life. Even if that meant piecing together the version of myself that could have been. One memory at a time. I know it sounds stupid. After all, my life ended a long time ago. Any chance at living was stripped away from me when I was 8 years old. My consciousness left to mature in an illusory world of nothingness.
Absolutely, just completely
What you see
traumatized.
before you was nothing but an invention based on my father's appearance. An imagined version of what I would look like if I had the chance to grow up.
In the end, this all stems from the tragedy that occurred in Conria back then. You know, everyone is looking for you.
I know. But there's nothing I can do to make them find me. If I could exist in the real world, I would return without a second thought and surprise them with the suddenness of it all.
What if, hear me out, if the Emerald Tree could erase people,
That's not possible for me.
couldn't we ask Nahida to add a name on the Emerald Tree, you know? Like, can we just make it work in reverse? As I understand it, even though you only appear in their memories, your existence was a great comfort to them. Oh, there we go, look at that. Oh, Nani? They all believed you once lived among them.
I know.
Well, now I found you. Let's continue this conversation some other time. Dain might still need my help.
Captain Dainsleif. Twilight Sword, you mean? No need to meet up with him. Things should already be settled on his end.
Settled?
Exactly. As someone who could only exist in people's memories, the fact that I'm able to talk to you in my consciousness like this can only mean one thing. The loom of fate has already been completed.
Where's the bad noise? Where's bad noise? That was not the sound effect I was going for, but you know, here we are. The loom of fate is already complete. That means that the eye of the first tiller must have fallen into the hands of the abyss. Could something have happened to Dain?
No need to worry about Captain Dainsleif. He's absolutely fine. The only reason he lost the eye was because I happened to guess exactly what he was planning. Captain Dainsleif has had the eye inside his body this whole time, hasn't he?
Oh.
His plan was to lure the Abyss Order to a false location, capitalizing on their pursuit of the eye in order to have the chance to confront the prince. He would then hand the eye to you and tell you to take it away from that location. That way, Captain Dainsleif could accomplish his own goal and ensure the safety of the eye all at once. A very thorough plan.
The eye is in me? What? The eye? The eye is in me? But Dain never handed me the eye.
Right. Because in his mind, he had given it to you already.
Hold on. I don't have a sound effect. Okay. This button doesn't even work. I have a button here. Hold on. I have a perfect button for this. Because what the hell is going on here? Where's my think? That's thirst. Oh, I don't think I have my thinking one. That's fine. Oh, okay. You made him think that? When?
Before you two entered that false location.
Traveler, wait.
Oh, and that's when he gets the head things. it. His memory's getting
No time
altered.
to lose. Let's head inside.
So when Dain froze up back then, it was because a false memory was being implanted into his mind.
That
No
was when
wonder.
I implanted the memory of him handing you the eye. Given the tense situation at that time, Captain Dainsleif failed to notice anything out of the ordinary, and took that memory to be real. I'm sorry, Traveler, but I needed the Loom of Fate to be completed. And to do that, we had to retrieve the eye.
So you still want it completed? You still want to support your father's stuff? So Dain had the eye the whole time until the Abyss Order took it away. I'm not sure there's anything else that we could have done. So what are you planning to do with it?
I promise I'm not trying to conceal anything from you, but I truly have no idea what the Prince is planning.
Then why do you want to complete it?
Tevat's ley line system is deeply entrenched in the planet. Creating new ley lines can neither replace nor extend the ones that already exist. In the face of everything they could be planning, I fear I'm too insignificant to even get a glimpse of the bigger picture. In any case, I had my own use for the Loom of Fate, and my goal, at least, has been achieved.
Yeah, his goal to be remembered.
You remember my father, don't you?
Yeah,
Lothar Alberic.
jerkface, I got it.
I believe you saw him in your sibling's memory.
Yeah, loser as I call him, you know. Dweeb.
After he used the power of the Abyss to restore consciousness to my hilichurl form, I suffered from an indescribable level of mental anguish. To comfort me, my father told me a story, that this was a fairy tale world where I had to take on the form of a little monster. That story managed to dispel my fears, even if just for a moment. My goal was simple: to use the Loom of Fate in its near-completed form, when its ability to create memories was at its strongest, to implant a specific memory into the minds of the hilichurls. In that memory, I would tell them a story, just like my father did for me.
Aw.
It was a story of fairy tales and love. But more than anything, it was the story of us.
So the thing that caused the hilichurls to calm down back then was Caribear's story. So that his goal was, that was the only thing he wanted. Interesting. So it wasn't that he wanted to be remembered. He had a device as powerful as the Loom of Fate, and at his disposal, all he wanted to do was to offer the hilichurls a moment of comfort and peace. That's
I can't
actually
change
really
the
sweet.
world. Not when I lost the very right to exist within it. Implanting those memories, that was the most worthwhile thing I could offer.
Perhaps, but I think it was very meaningful
All
indeed.
that's left of my existence is a wisp of residual consciousness tied to the Loom of Fate. In truth, that trace of my consciousness should have dissipated long ago. My goal was the one thing that allowed me to hold on all this time. But now,
Bedtime
the
story.
bedtime story is finished. And it's finally time to rest.
Oh. Can we just like a hug goodbye? Like, thanks for everything, buddy. Like, there he goes.
Looks like I was too late to
Oh!
see Caribear one last time.
Oh! What? Big bro! Oh,
Caribear, Bear's consciousness is gone, and this space will soon disappear along
They still don't
with
get
it.
a hug, you know?
Neither of us belongs here. That's why we're not tangible. Were that not the case, I'd love to
Oh,
hug you too.
okay, all right. They both still want the hug.
How about a conversation?
Oh my god, we're actually talking. We're like actually after 400 for what is called after what is this? This is patch 4.7. So after 7 times after 28 months of after 28 patches. Sorry, after 28 patches. No, that's actually doesn't really account. That's not really correct though, right? Because okay, we have not had a conversation with our sibling like this. Okay. Okay. My biggest hope is like, you know, at the end of each Archon, or at the end of like a major arc, right? They just have a list of like, here are 5 questions you can ask someone to get the lore. I really hope when I hit confirm, we get that whole list. Okay. Don't worry. Maybe. Come on. Let us ask multiple questions.
The chance to just stop and talk like this is certainly not easy to come by. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I almost can't believe it's real.
That battle earlier was tough.
Oh my
The
god,
one
they're
against
actually
Dain,
talking.
I mean,
They're
I didn't
chatting.
expect that after everything, he would still hesitate to raise his sword.
Hey, you
against
gotta
me.
understand where he's coming from,
Were it
though.
Not for that, perhaps I'd still be no match for the Twilight Sword.
Yeah, okay, what are you gonna
Even
do with the
after
Loom of Fate?
500 years.
Come on.
The Loom of Fate, huh?
Yeah.
I still haven't found.
What are you
a
gonna
way
use it for?
utilize it to its full potential.
That's what we're asking.
There's still time. Before the heavenly principles awaken.
Oh my god. Okay. Hold on. We're okay. We're taking notes. We're taking notes here. Okay. Wants to fully utilize the Loom of Fate before heavenly principle awakens. All right. We are both anti-celestial. Well, I guess we already knew that before. Okay. Anyways, still asleep.
Yes. For 500 years now, ever since the cataclysm in Conria, there's been no sign of activity. Not long ago, you witnessed the Hydro Archon destroy her divine
Yes.
throne. Yes. Such a flagrant disregard for the rules. And still Celestia took no action. I suppose that's proof enough of the heavenly principle situation.
Oh. How interesting. So heavenly principles enacts like the punishments for Celestia. So heavenly principles was destroying Conria most likely. Does that also mean then is this like full confirmation then that the opening cutscene of this game was during the cataclysm 500 years ago?
However, the heavenly principles will awaken. We just don't know when that will be.
You really
Or
hate
what
the
might
heavenly
trigger it.
principles, don't you?
You could say that. Just look at Kari Bear. He was so pure and single-minded. The space we now find ourselves is a perfect representation of who he was. Quiet and peaceful, even as a hilly churl. Seeing the terrible sight within the mirror wasn't enough to taint his spirit. He brought comfort to the people of this world, even though he was denied the very right to be a part of it. So ask yourself this. Who was it that deprived him of that right to exist?
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna take okay, so I need to provide some context, and then I'll continue the story quest. So I have been working on rewatching all the Genshin Impact trailers, going through the entirety of all the trailers. This video will most likely be released in July, and it's nearly 10 hours. It's a long video. But in that video, I was kind of talking about my feelings on the Harbingers, the Abyss Order, and Celestia. And my thing was that I don't trust the seven in that way, because they're all ruled by Celestia, and Celestia is the one who, you know, killed an entire civilization because they sinned. You know, there's not the exact reason what the sin was, but my guess was that it wasn't that the entire civilization sinned. It was most likely because of a small group of people, you know, sinned, which then caused Celestia to wipe out an entire civilization. Now we get this in 4.7 that it was the 5 sinners who are most likely the cause of Celestia destroying Conria. Which then really adds the point to everything about, like, Celestia isn't good, but we still celebrate the Archons as being good, right? We still celebrate the Archons as being good. And then we look at someone like Focalor, who, despite torturing Furina, recognized that Celestia is not great and destroys the Hydro Archon throne. But then it begs the question, why is it that Zhongli, why is it that Venti, why is it that Nahida are still Archons? Because if you think about it, if you're still an Archon, therefore you are still getting some sort of power from Celestia. Like, you are still using Celestia in some sort of way. You are still upholding Celestia as a god. Like, it feels weird. Like, by the end of the game, I'm sure that, like, all the Archons that we've met will fight against Celestia in some way, but it just feels weird that the Archons are still upholding Celestia as this good being. But maybe they don't think of that way, but, like, I don't know. If you're working for someone who's super corrupt like Celestia, and you still haven't really you still haven't said that she's bad, you're just like, I'll use her powers, but you know, I will ignore the other things that she's been doing. Like, it's a very iffy situation. So I love here that Aether was like, who was the one who deprived him of the right to exist? Like, that is the perfect question of, like, Celestia is not good. And hopefully, if the writers recognize this moment here, I really hope they recognize that it is weird that the Archons that we met so far, besides Focalor, because Focalor actually did something, are still kind of upholding Celestia are still upholding or working with Celestia, you know? Like, I feel like all the Archons, if they really felt that Celestia was bad and that destroying Conria was bad, they should all follow suit of what Focalor has done, which is destroy the thrones, sacrifice themselves, or do something to rid themselves of their Archon powers. I'm just saying. So I really hope that developers recognize that and they do some sort of thing, because it is very weird. It is very weird now, the more information we get to know about Celestia. Oh, I loved it. This is perfect. This is exactly why I have been more of a Harbinger person, thinking that the Harbingers are I am more on the side of the Harbingers and I guess now the Abyss Order than I ever was with Celestia and the Archons. Also, hello there, Gabby Alex. Welcome to the stream. Did I miss the entire stream? A little bit. All right, let's continue.
Of course. That's only one example. My feelings about the heavenly principles are too complicated to explain in just a few words.
Hey, explain away, buddy. Also, wait. Before I miss my chance, gotta take a screenshot.
You're the only one in this world who calls me that.
Aww. Aww.
There's so much I wanted to ask you. But for some reason, I'm not interested in asking those questions right now.
To be honest, I'm not upset, because this is the first time that she's actually gotten to speak with her brother in forever. Like, she just wants to spend that moment with him. So, like, go off, girl. I don't, like, as much as I want to learn about the lore and ask him 1,000 questions, like, this totally makes sense.
Just one thing I have to ask.
Something like, why did you leave me, or something sad. You're gonna make me cry. Don't say it.
Why?
Oh, okay. Oh, stop it, Gabe.
Together.
Oh. Oh. She said it.
At the end of my journey, I arrived at a place known as the Sea of Flowers at the end.
Oh.
Do you remember? A long time
wait,
ago.
let me take the notes. Let me take the notes.
Between worlds together.
Okay. Just gotta add these to the notes.
You told me. You wanted to find a place in the universe where that one flower was in full bloom. To have a place like that suddenly appear before me? Well, would you think of that as a coincidence?
You mean?
I miss you too, Lumine.
Aww.
But as this war continues to rage, and as I continue to seek that final answer, I don't even know how to face myself sometimes. Let alone my own sister.
What's going on?
This space has lost its tether. I doubt it'll be able to exist much longer.
When will we see each other again?
Aside from our ability to physically interact with each other, there's something else you should know about this space. With Kari Bear gone, we won't be able to remember anything that happened here.
I hate this. I hate this, not in the terms of like they're teasing us, or in terms of like I actually just don't think this is good writing. I just don't think you should do that. Like, what? Why just ruin this entire memory of, like, you won't remember anything now. Our conversation, you're not gonna remember. Like, what? What do you mean? That's so rude. You're so mean to her.
Everything in this space will be wiped from existence.
I don't like this at all. This actually,
You're
no.
only telling me this now?
I don't understand why this is why they had to add that line in. Like, what? Why would this like not be good for the future of future quests of not remembering this reunion? Oh, I don't like it. I don't like this. I don't like this choice.
Still so sleepy. Paimon's head feels all fuzzy. Oh, Paimon woke up a little earlier than you, so Paimon will fill you in. The villagers said that they
literally wrote an Amnesia storyline in front of us.
They tried, so they decided to just bring us back here. Oh, and Dain came by just now. It looked like he was injured. He didn't say anything though. Just made sure that you were all right and left.
Yeah.
Kinda seemed like he had a lot on his mind, but
Yeah.
Let's think for a second.
I'm totally checked out now. I can't believe they did that.
We saw that guy you called Kari Bear. He was the missing villager that we've been trying to find, right? And
We don't even remember what happened.
Paimon doesn't remember what happened.
He told me about the Loom of Fate.
Wait, really?
Okay, yeah, and I'm sure not sure how to explain it.
What happened after that?
Yeah, after that, I can't seem to remember. I just don't understand, like, the reason why they are choosing to obscure all of this. Like, I just don't understand why they're choosing to obscure, like why they don't want us, why they don't want the main character, why don't they want the main sibling to like
there you are.
remember any of this?
Sleep well?
Like it doesn't actually make
Yeah.
sense to me.
You sure seem happy.
Because it's not like he gave us important information that would help us in our quest. It's more of just like, hey,
Wasn't anything good or bad.
your
I'd
brother's
say.
still out there somewhere.
It's just that, well, the village organized.
And they're both
another
excited to
search
see
party
each other
yesterday.
again.
It didn't. So there we were, searching away, when suddenly this one guy said it. According
Yeah.
to him, one day around dusk, he was passing by this one tree outside the village, and he saw our missing villager. There he was, sleeping under that tree all by himself. His parents came a little later to wake him up, and they all left together.
Oh, okay. At least they remember that.
Quite a
At least
happy
that something
family,
good
apparently.
happened. You know, they don't have to.
And
They don't have to continue
after that,
searching for him or something. You know.
We all started to feel like that really is what happened. Kind of strange that we forgot all about it for so long.
So that's how he said his goodbyes. The last memory he gave him.
And we also remembered his name.
Oh,
Clorinde.
that's good.
Now, that's not a name. you
That's
hear
good.
every
I'm
day.
happy about that.
Would have been helpful if we remembered it sooner.
That is a unique name.
Well, I hope he's happy wherever he is. And we're all relieved now that we know what happened.
Seems like everyone thinks Kari Bear left the village. That's probably for the best. At least they have some sort of explanation now.
Yeah, and the Luma fate is now complete, and no one else will change the villagers' memories.
Paimon wonders how Atos is doing. Maybe we should go check on her. If she hasn't remembered like everyone else, we can tell her what happened.
Oh, she probably remembers us now. She's like, oh yeah, you were with Kari Bear
She's
too.
probably at the tree. Come on, let's go talk to her.
Gabby says, know what's bothering me the most about this? It will appear at the end. I agree, yeah. It will definitely appear at the end. I mean, I feel like at this point, what they're going to do to us is like, oh, they're going to re-show us the memory that occurred back there with Kari Bear, and then they're going to add a bunch of extra dialogue that wasn't there before, because obviously the player didn't remember, or sorry, obviously the Lumine didn't remember this, the main sibling didn't remember, and so they're going to give us more information that, oh, they were always talking about this, but you know, I do not like this forced amnesia stuff that just occurred. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Hey, Atos,
Why ruin such a perfect quest?
Oh, it's you two. I was just about to go looking for you. I wanted to thank you. I was part of the search party, so I remember what happened to Kari Bear now.
There's this
Honestly, I just
Sealy.
can't believe I forgot something so important.
No, I did not say Siri. I did not say that. I don't want to talk to you. Maybe I'm sure he wouldn't have wanted you to forget him.
It's funny, but I have this feeling he told me the same thing. I just can't seem to remember when.
That's fine.
I guess it doesn't really matter anyway. Life is made up of a series of memories. As long as I hold on to our time together, he'll always be a part
That's
of my
true.
life. I'm just happy I got to meet him. So, who cares what happens in the future, right?
Aw.
Okay, I'll admit, I'm just putting on a brave face. I was dumped, wasn't I?
Oh.
Otherwise, why would he just leave like that without saying goodbye?
I'm sure he had his reasons.
You don't need to comfort me. I'll be okay. It's just like Kari Bear said. It's the things we overcome that make life more precious. And you know, if he has a heart, maybe he'll come back and see me one day. Anyway, thanks for all your hard work, you two. I promised I'd help Granny Jahiet with something, so I should head back. Goodbye.
Well, that should be it, right? Everyone's lives can go back to normal now. Oh, right. Weren't you about to tell Paimon what happened after your conversation with Kari Bear?
Right, what happened? I can't seem to remember. Feels like there's something in my pocket.
A picture?
Well, that's actually kind of cute. Okay, that's cute. All right, that's cute. Oh, that's cute. Can we actually view the... Yeah, we can view the photo. Okay, information. Yeah, that's cute. You must be... Okay. Gabby says... Okay, so I'm going to do like a brief little discussion, brief little review, and then I'll probably do like an official one in like maybe about a week or 2 weeks. Once I have my thoughts fully set on this, because right now this was a very emotional what's it called? Emotional quest. Gabby says at least the writing decision is not the kind that affects previous or future quests. But I think that's what I kind of wanted, right? Is something that affects future quests. Because then if it doesn't affect any quests, then it kind of feels like, what's the point? Like, why? It feels like filler, you know? Because like in every anime, your filler content is things that don't affect the actual story of the progression of any kind of story or progress. So the fact that if this quest doesn't make any kind of changes, like, it definitely gives us lore. So let's actually start from the beginning. It gives us great lore. We now know who the 5 sinners of Conria were, which we can now make the assumption of these are probably the 5. These are probably when Celestia destroyed Conria because of their sins. Most likely it was because of these 5 sinners. They all have crazy names, so we'll just give them their nicknames. The Wise, the Visionary, Gold, the Foul, and Raisher of Solnari. And 2 of which we already know, Albedo's creator, Gold, and the Fool is Skirk's master. So very awesome. So now we actually have full information and we learn who the great sinner was, which is the Visionary. We also know that the reason why Dain... Oh, also, the Visionary is also Dain's older brother. And we also have learned that the Visionary was the great sinner. And the reason why Dain is trying to prevent our brother from becoming another sinner, because he sees that he's feeling that they are going to, like, your brother is going down, or sorry, let's say your sibling, because a lot of people are playing as Aether. So your sibling, or Dain is feeling like your sibling is going to go through basically going down the same path as the 5 sinners, and he is trying to prevent that from occurring, because the reason why Dain hates the 5 sinners is not because they sinned, it is because they turned their back on Conria when Conria needed them the most. That's what occurred. So basically when Celestia was going to wipe out Conria, the sinners were like, yo, peace out, we're out of here, and Dain could never forgive them for that. Which makes sense, but it also makes it not like Dain is on the side of Celestia, but more on that Dain was like, yo, when we needed you to fight against Celestia, you weren't there for us. Which is perfect, which is great. So we still don't know exactly the Abyss Order's reasons for doing all these things, what the 5 sinners are truly up to. All we know is that the Loom of Fate has the ability to create ley lines, which deals with people's memories. Honestly, go watch season 2 of Loki. I'm sure they took a lot of a lot of inspiration. I only say that because, very strangely enough, Loki season 2 also had a loom that weaved together timelines. Unless that's like a common story trope of having, you know, a loom that is representative of timelines. So I'm curious if they are trying to unify all the memories and all the ley lines together, or are they trying to just create a perfect world, like, or a perfect ley line? Like, I'm very curious what they truly want the Loom of Fate to do. It seems like our brother wants to use it to punish Celestia, because as he mentions, when he mentions that he is trying to learn the full potential of the Loom of Fate, he's like, how can someone do this to someone so peaceful and quiet like Kari Bear, right? So it's like, Why is Celestia trying to deny the right of exist? Oh, he also mentioned, I totally forgot, that the Heavenly Principles is about to waken up. She has been asleep for 500 years, which means the opening cutscene in Genshin took place right during probably the later end or sometime within the destruction of Conria, which is also very good. Interesting to know. Also, Dain believed that the 6 of them could stop the Vincer King from rocking the foundation of the world. So they also dropped the Vincer King. I'm not sure if this is like, because I'm very surface focused in terms of the lore of Genshin. I don't dive too deeply into a lot of the books and the extra lore stuff. It's mostly like I read main scenario quests and occasionally will look at like lore related videos, but that's kind of like, I'm very surface level for the lore. So I'm unsure if the Vincer King was like an actual like dude that we know of so far. But it seems like when Dain says the Vincer King believed that they could stop, or Dain believed that the 6 of them, which is the 5 sinners in Dain, could stop the Vincer King from rocking the foundation of the world. I'm curious if the Vincer King is referring to the King of Conria or some sort of royalty in Conria that caused Celestia to want to destroy Conria. That could also be the case as well. Because he doesn't actually directly mention Celestia at all in this. So it seems like something Conria did that they shouldn't have done upsetted Conria. Yeah, as Gabby mentioned, so we have the name of all the sinners. Gold is a part of everyone, apparently. Gold's in the Hexen Circle, Gold's in the 5 sinners. Gold is really cooking so far. She's in a lot of groups, you know. She has joined a ton of Discord communities. So she's a part of everything right now. It's crazy. Gold's got her hands in everywhere, which I love. We also learn that the Sea of Flowers is the place that we saw at the end of the Trevally storyline quest, which was also really great. Yeah, she created Albedo as well. Gold did. But yeah, we learn the name of the Sea of Flowers. Strangely enough, they bring up a very interesting thing about the Sea of Flowers. Is the Sea of Flowers, at least the way the sibling described it, is it's another universe. It was a fantasy world. Like, because the main character, the traveler, always dreamed of seeing all these flowers in bloom. And then somehow, randomly, the sibling found, and they said universe. They said the word universe of all of these flowers. So yeah, Gabby says, I thought it was a domain. So yeah, it could be a domain, because we actually, that's a good point. We don't know too much about domains. And the way Genshin does their writing is that there has to be something. It's got to be something. Domains have to be alternative universes. They are technically a part of ley lines, right? So these could just be, they actually literally could just be alternate universes, alternate timelines. And the flowers there are called innervots. So like kind of like Tavat, but in Tavat. So probably, yeah, it's something. So it honestly just could be a ley line situation there. Well, I guess, yeah, it would be, because, right, that's what represents all the Loom of Fate stuff. The only issue... So, okay. So there's one thing I want to kind of decipher this. And you all can let me know when I'm off base on here. So I want to try and understand why the developers thought it was a good idea to make the sibling forget. I really need to figure this one out, because I think this is what turned this quest from like a 10 out of 10 to like a 7 or 6 out of 10. Where like that moment, that one specific thing of saying you're not going to remember anything about your sibling it kind of ruined the quest for me, because not only does it introduce like your amnesia trope of like, oh, I didn't remember anything, but then it also kind of turned this whole quest into a filler quest that doesn't have too much. I mean, I guess we still know about the Loom of Fate. We still know about the 5 sinners. But I have a hard time thinking that, like, what's the purpose? Because because like, so the things that we've learned with our sibling is that our sibling desperately wants to see us as well. Like, they actually do care a lot about us and they miss us. The other thing our sibling has mentioned is that the heavenly principle will awaken. And that one is like, I don't know how much that could affect the story for us. You know? Like, those were the 2 major things. So I'm like struggling to like figure out like, oh, and then also the fact that the Sea of Flowers as well, the name of the Sea of Flowers, and that being some sort of universe, as he mentioned. And he also mentioned that the Heavenly Principles is not awakened yet. He also mentions that why would someone deny Cowrie Bear's right to exist? Like, all of these things, I don't understand why you wouldn't want the main traveler to not remember this. Because they're not lore bits that will truly affect our character's day-to-day life. You know? Like, do they just want us... Do they just want the feeling... this is what I don't want. Do they just want the feeling of us finally seeing our sibling and nothing weird happening to finally occur at one moment? And it's like, I feel like you already gave us that moment right here, and that was perfect. Are they just trying to replicate it later on? Like, I really don't know. So I don't really enjoy the amnesia side of things for this quest. Cowrie Bear being in here and being an absolute wonderful person, trying to live his life because he didn't get a life to live. He was 8 years old when everything started to occur with him, and so he didn't get a chance to live and to live a life. I did say some mean things about his father, because he did mention that he was being used to become the Loom of Fate, to be the construction of it. And that makes me feel like, even though Clothar did care about Cowrie Bear as a son, it also seems like he had ulterior motives to make the Abyss Order plan for the Loom of Fate happen. But then again, our brother didn't seem too disturbed by it either. Yanni says, amnesia kind of separates us, the players, from the traveler. Kind of breaks the self-insert a bit, right? Might mean more traveler personal development in future quests. So that is a very good point. Because, so yeah, Yanni, you bring up a great point. Because, and this is what excited me, because you're right. One thing occurred in this quest that has never occurred before. Your sibling calls the traveler by their name. And the traveler responds with, "You're the only person who calls me that." Which implies that the traveler themselves does not like being called the traveler. It implies that they are... It doesn't imply that I'm glad you're the only person who calls me that. Your sibling, or sorry, the traveler is straight up saying, like, you're the only person who calls me that. Like, you're the only person who calls me by my name. Everyone else calls me traveler. Everyone else calls me all these things. And I think you are right in saying that, like, I think we will be getting traveler becoming more of a character. More of a character than a self-insert. Gabby Alex brings up, the traveler wasn't a self-insert from the start. They have memories that we don't, and now we have memories that they don't have. I still feel that it is a slight self-insert, just because Genshin is doing a weird thing where they are trying to have a self-insert character, or I shouldn't say, maybe not a self-insert, a blank slate. They're trying to have a blank slate so players can, like, identify with them a little bit better, while still giving them a past. But like, I feel like, and hopefully this becomes a thing, I really hope we'll get the Traveler speaking more as they start slowly developing the Traveler's character. And I'm going to predict it now. In Natlin, more people outside of Aether will call us Lumine. I think Paimon will start calling us, or sorry, Paimon is going to start calling the Traveler by their name. I really think that in Natlin, Paimon will call a Traveler by their name. I really think that this is the start of like shifting the personality of the Traveler to be a character like everyone else, rather than being a blank slate who doesn't really say much, who kind of just hangs out in the back, you know. I would greatly appreciate that, just because now we are, as Gabby mentioned, the Traveler has memories that we don't have, and I think we really need to flesh out the Traveler as more and more of a character. But at the same time, I still just don't understand the amnesia side of things. Like, is it just to placate players, or are they planning something else with us having amnesia after meeting our sibling? So I'm not sure. Gary says, I'm waiting for the day we get our sibling playable with a new element. Oh, that would be a lot of fun. That would be a ton of fun. I would love that. I mean, we're close, right? We are about to go into Natlin, and then the year after that, we'll be going into Snezhnaya, and then the year after that is Conria. So the Heavenly Principle will awaken. So I'm very, very excited. I will be writing not writing. I shouldn't say writing, because I'm not going to be writing. So as I mentioned, in about a week or 2 weeks, I'll post a review of this. I just need to take some more time to think about this quest. Because I'm really conflicted about the way they've dealt with the amnesia, but also all about the lore stuff is really cool. Clothar, I'm so glad that Clothar finally had some closure in his story, which was really wonderful. Very strange that I did find it strange that they chose Vilmara of all places, considering that that's where all the kids disappeared for the R&R story stuff. Yeah, he says, plus Dain is confirmed playable, but he has none of the 7 elements, so my copium may come true. Absolutely. I'm excited to fight Dain, right? Rewatching the Trevally trailer, Dain just straight up told us that one day you will fight me, so that's going to be fun as well. Man, there's just so much. And then Yanni says, then we'll have Genshin 2nd, and finally Genshin 3rd. Ooh, there's a lot. There is so much to think about. But great quest, great quest. I mean, look, I'm being a little bit harsh because I don't like amnesia tropes, but overall, we got some great lore. And, you know, the reason why I'm upset is just because I think the sibling relationship that they've been doing, I think this moment was so precious and so good and amazing that it just hurts when they're like, yeah, you guys won't remember. Like, that just hurts a lot. But you know what? Guess what? This wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Celestia. So more hate for Celestia for me, which is always good. My hate for Celestia continues to cook. Gabby says the fact that he demanded to command him means we have the authority over Danes. Yeah. Absolutely. Man, great quest. Great quest. But that's it. That's it for today's stream. I am toasty in here. It is freaking hot. I'm going to figure out my right arm situation because it goes right through my boob, and that's kind of weird. But tomorrow we'll be doing Star Rail, and then stay tuned for the community post and Discord post for the next week, because I'll be playing a lot of Final Fantasy 14. And then we'll be getting back into the stream, and then after all of my Final Fantasy 14 story stuff and playthrough, then we'll get back to standard programming with Genshin, Star Rail, probably some more 14. That'll probably be my tri-weekly, and a new game as well. So we'll finally be introducing another new game to play as well. So a lot of fun things are coming down the way. Thank you all for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And make sure to stay tuned to the main channel as well, because we'll finally be uploading videos to it. Oh, and the Star Rail quest is short too. Excellent. So yeah, tomorrow, Star Rail quest, we're going to have a lot of fun with it. I'm excited so that I can finally see that animated short that they just released. Okay. All right. Bye, chat. Goodbye. 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 Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Did I press the button right? Oh, I did press it. Thanks for coming by.